In the skies above Tallarn, heavy 4th Legion ships settled into orbit. Grand cruisers, battle barges, siege baroques, and weapon haulers plated the heavens in a dull iron. Bombardment cannons slid from their bellies and rotated towards the surface. A few turned so that their prow torpedo tubes faced down towards the target zone, hanging like daggers. On the ground, Tallarn's defenses began to shout defiance at the sky. Laser platforms and missile silos threw ship-cracking payloads towards the orbiting vessels. The Iron Warriors fired in return. For those looking up from the night side of Tallarn, the bombardment appeared as a shower of falling stars. In the clear skies of the south, the falling warheads winked like golden coins scattered in the sun. Hundreds of bombs and torpedoes fell. After their initial launch, they needed no propulsion. Tallarn's own gravity drew them to it. The warheads broke apart as they descended. They shed their ceramite armor first, slog it off like a cocoon to reveal polished metal beneath. The next layer simply fragmented seconds later, dumping the first dose of viral agents into the upper air currents. Beneath this, hundreds of winged bomblets nestled like insect young clinging to their mother. This layer released 300 meters above the ground. The bomblets began to tumble like seeds, spraying atomized viral agents as they spun. Finally, the core of each warhead hit the ground like a bullet, punching through rock and soil before exploding. Clouds of earth and debris burst into the air. Beneath the earth, the virus began to spread through the soil and into the water table. The first casualties were those closest the ground burst. In the Crescent City, a warhead hit one of the main arterial routes through the outskirts. The road was dense with people and vehicles scrambling to reach the entrances of the shelters beneath the city. As the explosive clouds settled, people began to fall, blood running from their eyes. Within seconds, the flesh of those within the initial blast had begun to fall from their bones in blood-slimmed ribbons. Those that were further away lived a little longer. The mist of viral agents in the air mixed with the winds as it blew across Tallarn. People began to fall. They fell trying to get to shelter. They fell in their homes as the killing air seeped through the cracks in the walls. They fell looking up at the sky. Outside the cities, the virus sighed through the lush agri-belts and jungle regions. Forests became tatters of toxic slime hanging from the dead skeletons of trees. The slick bones of cattle floated in pools of black filth. Flocks of birds fell from the air in a rain of putrefying flesh and feathers. Within 5 minutes of the first impacts, the casualties in the major cities numbered almost 1 million. Within 10 minutes, they were over 10 million. Within an hour, the living population on the surface of Tallarn was negligible. A few survived in isolated places far away from the impact sites. They would die in the following days. Within 3 days, there was no measurable life on the surface. The last person to die in the attack was a soldier attached to one of the northern tundra bases. His name was Rahim. Caught in an armored vehicle far from the cities, he drove in search of other military personnel until his fuel ran out. His air supply failed 2 hours later. Sealed in shelters far beneath the ground, the survivors of Tallarn waited. Many were soldiers, the remnants of regiments never shipped out to the Great Crusade. Besides them were a lucky few civilians who had known of the shelters and reached them in time. Sipping recycled water, breathing processed air, they listened as silence settled across the surface of Tallarn like a shroud.